SecondsOut, Ayman Khan here in Bournemouth with legendary figure in boxing, Buddy McGirt. Buddy, I'm sorry it's chilly, but it's great to see you here, buddy. How are you doing?
Great. I'm doing great. I can't complain.
Can't complain. Maybe we can play a little bit with the weather, but it'll be better weather another day. Buddy, talk to me about this link-up with Dan Azeez. Very interesting link-up. How did this link-up with Dan come about?
Instagram. He hit me on Instagram, and we talked a little bit. Then he flew out to the States, and we worked for like 2 weeks. And then he called me for his last fight to come work with his trainer. He called me to come in like the day before the fight. I came in 2 days before the fight. I worked the corner with his trainer, and here we are now.
Buddy, when you're looking at a fighter who in prospect wants to work with you and you may want to work with them, what do you look for in that fighter when you're first looking at them?
Their work ethic, you know what I mean, and their willingness to learn, and not think they know everything, because a lot of fighters today think they know it all. So, you know, when you get someone that's willing to learn, that's a good student, that's a plus for me.
Was that those are the things you saw in Dan Azeez, amongst other things as well? Because Dan is quite heralded. Well, he's getting that recognition now after he captured that British title, and the light heavyweight scene is very much moving at the moment as well too.
Yes. You know, I like a guy that, you know, that listens, has and good work ethic.
Has he had a spar with Callum as of yet?
No, he hasn't. No, they've been in camp at different times.
But I know that he sparred Beterbiev. Is he giving you that conversation about sparring with Beterbiev?
Well, before he went to camp with Beterbiev, I told him what to expect, and he called me and said you was right.
We'll get to that in a moment. But Rocky Fielding stands in the opposite corner, someone that Callum Smith knows well. What do you expect of the challenges that Rocky will pose to Dan this weekend?
Hey, listen, we know we are in a tough fight, and we've prepared accordingly. We know Rocky's been around, and you know, he's, like you say, he's fought the best. So, you know, we just got to be on our P's and Q's Saturday night.
How far do you think the ceiling is for Dan Azeez? Do you think he can get to that world title level?
Well, I like to go one fight at a time, so I just want to take care of business Saturday.
But we'll move on to a couple of other things first of all. We mentioned Callum. Callum said to me previously that he wanted to get another fight in before he fights the winner of Beterbiev or Yard. When can we expect that fight?
I don't know. I couldn't answer that.
Is Callum someone who you feel is ready for the challenge of the winner of that fight?
Who, Callum?
Yeah.
Oh, without a doubt. The question is, will they be ready for Callum? You know, Callum's, you know, he's a very special fighter, man, and you know, nobody can judge him off of the Canelo fight. If they do, there's something wrong with them. But you know, he will be light heavyweight champion.
Speaking of that fight between Beterbiev and Yard, how do you expect that fight to play out?
I think early I go with Yard, but I think as the fight progresses, Beterbiev is going to get stronger and take control of the fight.
Can you break that down for me? You're saying early Yard there. A lot of people have been writing Yard off, so why do you think it is that Yard has the opportunity to finish the fight early?
No, I says he'll start off good early. Yard can fight. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about he can fight. I just think that he needs to get some quality sparring, especially fighting a guy like Beterbiev. You got to get some quality sparring. You know, you can have the best defense in the world, but you also got to have an offense. You know what I mean? And Yard does have an offense, but he's got to get in the habit of using it more. So that with top sparring, that's going to enable him to make him better, offensively as well as defensively.
What are the holes that you maybe see in Beterbiev's game that you feel that Callum can exploit when those two face in the ring, like you maybe anticipate they will do?
Now, you know I can't reveal that.
As much as maybe
I can't reveal that.
But you do see those holes, though.
Oh, without a doubt, yes.
Buddy, just move on to a couple of other things. Just want to get your thoughts on Anthony Joshua. He's got the mindset to pick a number of coaches' brains over in the USA. What do you think of that mindset to go and do that?
I mean, I think it's a good mindset for him. I think that he needs something different. I think that, you know, you had one fight with Garcia, and I heard there was some crazy things said after the fight. You know what I mean? But I think that I'm hoping that he makes the right choice, you know what I mean, for at the end of the day, that's going to help him progress as a fighter, which I think should be simple. But, you know, I mean.
But those kind of crazy moments that Anthony Joshua maybe had when he took the mic there, what did you, as a trainer who trains fighters, think of that when you saw that?
Well, I was in the arena, but I didn't hear it because I was in the dressing room. I just think that, you know, sometimes people just explode. And I think that, that was the moment he just exploded, He probably thought about it afterwards. I don't know what was said, but I heard it was a lot of crazy stuff. But I really don't know what was said. So I just know that he got it off his chest now. And maybe it was something that should have been said a long time ago. Sometimes you keep stuff bottled up. So, but all in all, he's a great guy, Anthony Joshua. I wish him nothing but the best and continued success in the future.
What are you expecting to call?
Hey, listen, if he calls me, he calls me,
A couple of thoughts I want to get, trainers want to get your thoughts on. Derek James, potentially a good fit with Anthony Joshua, Derek?
I can't really honestly, Derek James is a very good trainer. I've seen him with Errol Spence and Charlo. Yeah. But can I say that I sit and watched him and studied him? No, I haven't. Like any other trainer in USYK. Can I say I watched him and studied him? No, I haven't. So I can't really answer those questions. But, Derek James is a very good trainer.
Let me switch it up a little bit then. If you had that time with Anthony Joshua, if you could name one thing that you would focus on immediately, what is that one thing?
Can't reveal that because somebody might do it.
That's fair enough. Well, I'll turn my attention to, hopefully we're going to get a massive fight next year. Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk for all the marbles in the undisputed heavyweight division. How do you see that fight going, buddy?
I'll tell you when it happens.
Who would you pick as the favorite?
The favorite would probably be Tyson Fury.
Because? Is it just down to the weight? Is it because he's a heavier fighter? Because that's what a lot of pundit people say about the two fighters.
Well, a lot of people are going to pick Fury because he's the bigger guy. You know what I mean? But I think that that's going to be a very interesting fight.
Final thing, what are your thoughts on Dillian Whyte's performance against Jermaine Franklin? A bit of criticism about that fight, but what did you make of that performance from Whyte's end?
I think we did what we had to do. You know what I mean? We kept it simple. You know what I mean? I had people actually, why did I make it a slugfest? But I kept it simple. And that was the plan, just to keep it simple. And that's what we did, and we were successful at it.
Just picking that back up with Buddy. Buddy, just on the subject of Dillian Whyte, I saw Anthony Joshua put out on Instagram, he said, let's run it back. Dillian Whyte has got that swag. The prospect of next year, Dillian Whyte looking to avenge his professional defeat against Anthony Joshua. Great fight in the offing there, buddy.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Listen, whatever comes next, we'll be ready for.
Was there ever the possibility of the Franklin rematch possible? Did Dillian Whyte ever discuss that?
Listen, I'm not going to say yes, I'm not going to say no. I don't know what they got going on. But whatever they got going on, tell them to be ready for it and it'll be better than the next fight.
Is this the best time in your eyes, because of what we said earlier about Anthony Joshua, the best time to maximize the potential of getting a win over him for Dillian Whyte?
Listen, how can I answer that question? The thing is, Josh was out, he's searching, as you stated earlier, which is good, which is okay. You know what I mean? So that's not our concern. My concern is not worrying about what he's doing or anybody else is doing. My concern is Dillian.
So how do you prepare Dillian for Anthony Joshua?
Can't tell you that one now. That's G14 classified.
Is Dillian, though, so much more than just the left hook? Then Anthony Joshua's got to prepare for much more than just the solid left hook.
Dillian has a lot, like I said earlier in another interview that, in the fight that we had with Franklin, I wanted to just work on certain things, and it was working. It wasn't what a lot of people wanted, but it's like, okay, we got to use this and then mix it with something else to be better for the next guy.
Does Dillian get the knockout over Joshua this time round?
Well, we get the victory. How it comes, I don't care. I don't predict knockouts. That's not my style. I don't predict knockouts.
Would you feel that you'd have to get the knockout to beat AJ?
No, I don't think we need that knockout to beat him. Usyk proved that. You know what I mean? So the kids are going there and do what you got to do to get the W.